Chat, I think we genuinely won on Nikke. I think we like overall won with Nikke. Obviously, there's so much to talk about with this update, but um this right here just like made me happy. Now I seen this yesterday, but I already had videos ready for yesterday, so this is coming out today. And it's really about something that is gonna be very important for the game, at least the future of the game. So obviously we got the treasures and stuff like that. I keep calling them treasures because that's what they called it. Literally last minute they changed it to favorite items. But we have the favorite items, the treasure, yeah. And I thought maybe, you know, it depending on how they went about actually buffing up these characters who got the favorite items, I would be like either good or not good about it, right? Because if they ended up just changing it slightly, just tweaking the numbers slightly, and that's it, then I wasn't gonna be that happy about it, right? But with these treasure systems, they full-blown revamp these characters' kits where it's like you take their value to a whole nother level, right? So I already read it, so I'm just gonna kind of talk about which one I think is the best one and all that stuff. Again, you guys also want me to do a tier list on what character you should be giving collections to, so I'm gonna do that as well sometime in the future, maybe today, later on today, I'm not sure, but I will do that video as well. But when it comes to the favorite items, it's a real life buff to these characters, right? So obviously all the characters get this. This right here is the collection thing. This is not a favorite item buff. This right here is a collection item buff. These orange ones are the favorite item buffs, and they're insane. So for example, the passive on, the passive on skill 2, it used to just stack ammo capacity 56.7% up to 10 times after landing 100 normal attacks. Now with decreased to 70, same exact percentage, right? But if you look at down here, now before it used to, you know, when affects all allies when the casters reach max stacks. So when Diesel hit max stacks, all allies would have their reload, like their mag just reloaded. Now they get that, and then they also get pierce damage increased by 30%. Not really sure how much that's gonna affect most characters, but sure. When you look here on the burst skill, before all she did was deal AoE damage to at least 5 enemies, so not AoE, but she dealt damage to 5 enemies with the highest attack, and then she taunted for 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Okay, now she has that same effect, but now she increases her max HP by 100% without restoring HP and taunts all enemies. And you might be like, wait, but Zxous stats worse. No, because on her third skill, what they ended up doing was they gave her a defense buff when you enter the full burst, right? And when like attack during the full burst, she would recover 12.96% of the caster's final max HP. Now she still has the defense buff, right? And then when you are taunting, right, it's not even when you're in like attack during a full burst, it's like when you're attacked in the taunting status, you just get recovered. So that's very, very good, because now rather than it's just you have to be attacked during the full burst, right? Especially since the taunt was 5 seconds before. Now it's going to be down to the full time. The taunt is now the full 10 seconds, and for every time she gets hit while taunting, she's healing as well, final max HP as well. So you can have other characters help her with that. Not to mention, because it's final max HP and your max HP is getting increased by 100%, she's healing non-stop while getting attacked. So literally in your full burst, she should be crazy good, right? At least when it comes to that tanking. Even though she's not necessarily tanking, but she should do better than most characters, at least when it comes to trying to survive, right? So that's a real life buff to what this character was doing before and what she was doing like back. We've had a bunch of buffs in this game early on with Guillotine. We've had buffs in this game for Miranda, even Brid. These characters all got buffs, and they were just little changes, little tweaks, right? But these are really changing the way the character goes. My favorite one, honestly, you would think it'd be Laplace, but I think my favorite one is Frima. Right? If you take a look at Frima, all she had before was a defense decrease buff for 10 seconds when landing 4 normal attacks. Now when she hits a full charge, she has a new effect called Sleepy that decreases defense by 4%, that stacks up to 5 times for 10 seconds, right? And then when hitting a target with a full charge for 6 times affects herself when Sleepy is fully stacked. She gets the wake up status, which now normal attacks deal true damage for 10 seconds, right? So when she's fully stacked on this, which lasts for 10 seconds, right? And then she ends up doing 6 full charges while in the full, like the sleepy status, or with fully charged. She now has the wake up status, which gives true damage. And then it's like, it's such a cool thing, because now, before, if you look at her first skill on the burst skill, she gave all allies an HP buff for 4 seconds. You know, she did damage to 10 enemies with the highest defense, low percentage, and lowered their defense. It's the same thing, right? Front and top is the same thing, but now all allies have true damage increased by 50% for 10 seconds when you're in the wake up status, which you will be in the wake up status the whole time because it lasts for 10 seconds, right? And you're always going to be in, I want to sleep, or I guess the sleepy status, right? Which is crazy. And then her second skill before, anytime you use the full charge, increase the HP by 6% for 4 seconds. It still does that, but now when you attack with a full charge, if you're in the wake up status, you get even more true damage. It's like, that's going to be so helpful for a lot of the characters. And if I remember correctly, true damage literally just ignores everything that's on the character and just goes to their main damage, right? Like, it ignores defense. If they got a shield, it ignores like all that stuff, if I remember correctly. I think I know for a fact it ignores defense 1,000,000%, but I don't know if it ignores all the other stuff that like is going to that. It would most likely just only be defense, which makes sense, right? So I feel like these are really cool things. The only thing is, I still have no idea how the hell you're even supposed to build the actual item. Like, I'm getting materials for the items, but I generally still don't have an idea of how you're supposed to actually build the items, right? I'm assuming you give them a R or SR collection, then you upgrade the SR or R1, and then once you reach the max level, you're going to be able to change it to the higher rarity, right? So that's what I believe how it works, right? Because that's what I've been seeing with the other characters I've been working on, right? But let's take a look at Laplace's stuff, right? When it comes to Laplace, they really just increased her numbers, which I was hoping they did, because that's all she really needed, right? Rather than it being 81%, now it's 132%. The 14.80, the 40% when attacking an enemy part is still the same. On the burst skill, this is so good. They actually listened to literally everything I said. Before, it used to be 900% first damage, basically. Now it's 1,455%. Very good. Normal attack damage, 22% of a final attack, which is very, very good. Right? And then it says it lasts for 10 seconds. It lasts for 5 seconds before, now it lasts for 10 seconds. Good lord, right? And then there's a new effect where normal damage is applied as true damage when hero vision is fully stacked. And hero vision is this right here, where when you use the full charge, your explosion radius would just increase. It's the same thing, but now it's for 15 seconds. So you're guaranteed always going to have this up once you do 5 full charges, right? Very, very good. Like, they're making these characters actually work. And Exia's here as well. I didn't read her stuff, but I think they did Exia good too, right? Honestly, before she used to stack attack for herself for 15 seconds. Now she does it 28%, right? Before it was 16% for 15 seconds. Now it's 28%, up to 5 times for 5 seconds. So well over 100%. And then she's also increasing all allies, or all electrical allies attack based on the caster's attack, right? That stacks up as well for 15 seconds, which is pretty cool, right? So that's going to be good for Summer, Niche, Scarlet, yada yada yada, right? I don't know why they're even doing this for Exia though. Why they didn't just completely revamp her stuff. Like, they did kind of revamp it to not make her more of a support, but they still kept the DPS mechanics. And it's not like for, I want to say Frima, they completely changed. It was either for Frima or Laplace just now. They completely changed what the character used to do. So I don't know why they couldn't just do that and make this character a genuine support, right? But she still has these DPS mechanics, which, you know, I mean, I don't think are going to be that bad now, because she's giving herself a 100% attack buff, right? Over a 100% attack buff, and it's a final attack as damage. Not only that, she increases the damage taken to that enemy when the hacking code is fully stacked. So she's going to put in work, right? All these characters are going to put in work. She still decreases the attack and defense when the last bullet hits, obviously, to that. And it has to be... Yeah, okay, so it says it affects the target if the caster is in collect hacking mode, sure. And then at the start of a full burst time, effects of fixed to increase reloading speed by 95% for 10 seconds. Like, good lord, when you're in a full burst, your reload speed is 95%, increased by 95%. Like, literally, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? Like, this is how you save a character. This is how you fix characters, and this is going to be very, very big for a character that we're all expecting to get a treasure sometime this year, and that is Isabel. When this character gets her treasure, everybody, and I mean everybody, is expecting her to genuinely become one of the better pilgrims in the game, because this is a character who released on the game, or with the release of the game, and was garbage from launch, right? Literally, I don't even know what I want. This whole thing gets fixed. They like literally need to just increase every number by 500%. This character is godlike. Like, Isabel should not be as bad as she is, especially since she is one of the coolest looking pilgrims. She is genuinely one of the coolest looking pilgrims in the game, and she's the worst one by far. She's worse than most average characters as well. So I'm glad that this new treasures, favorite collectible items is really going to help a lot of these sorry characters have value, because I feel like all these characters now who got these favorite items, every single one of them have value. I can use each of these characters even with their buff now. Like, it's not like, oh, they just got buffed but I'm still not going to use them. I could slap these characters on my team for specific things, right? If I need, obviously, someone who can like tank, not really tank, but like someone who can survive these, so I could put her in for that. If I need the true damage, Frima can help me for that. If I need, you know, help for my electrical team, Exia can help me for that big time, actually, right? If I'm ever running Summer, Anise, and Alice, guess who's going on that team now? Exia, because she's a burst one as well. She's not really going to affect the team. I'm going to try that out for sure. But yeah, the only thing I still don't know, unless it's what I said before, is that you have to upgrade from an SSR, or from an R to an SR, or from an SR all the way to a favorite item. I still have no idea how you actually build a favorite item. So you guys let me know what you think down below. It's going to be your boy Zxous, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is a massive W, or do you think these buffs are still not good enough? It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Bye.